Yes. Mr. Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio, and we're looking at the Terence Bud Crawford statement that he released last night or in the early hours of the morning for us over here in the UK. We're looking at the statement. He talks about the Errol Spence fight. He talks about why it hasn't happened. He goes into details about negotiation, goes into details with his dealings with Al Haymon, goes into details with the offers that he's received. He received 25 million a piece offer for him and Errol Spencer to fight, not from BBC. He goes into all of that and more. I'll be interjecting. I'm going to play you his whole statement, and I will be interjecting periodically to add some points and perspectives, my perspective. Okay, we're going to get into it, and we're going to break this shizzle down. Take it away, Terence Crawford.
All right, so listen, y'all. I'm about to give it to y'all raw and uncut. You know, I started talking to Team Spence, I would say, and Al Haymon and them about May, right after his fight, just going back and forth. They sending me a proposal with the interest of a Spence and Crawford fight. We didn't get a contract until August, and it was just kind of like a regular contract.
Okay, you're gonna hear some background noise. I assure you, it's on Terence Bud Crawford's end. So yeah, beware of the background noise. It's not my end; it's his end.
It wasn't nothing. It was initial proposal. It wasn't even a contract. It was a proposal, and Spence, Crawford, the intentions of us fighting. Okay, so we going on the basically the negotiations of what a contract would look like before we actually got the actual contract. Al goes in to saying a guy that I don't know, never represented me, not affiliated with Team Crawford.
Okay, let me jump in there. So Al Haymon appoints a guy as Bud Crawford's representative. He appoints a guy that will be theoretically working in the best interests of Bud Crawford. So that's his point guy. That's the guy. That's his guy. So, but Terence Crawford is saying that he doesn't know the guy. He doesn't know the guy like that. He's not a representative of Bud Crawford Enterprises. So why the hell is Al appointing this guy to represent me? So he contacts Al. He said, "Hey, I don't know this guy. So let me break that bit down. That Al Haymon previously was a record contract, was a music industry guy. Yeah, he's done a lot of things. One of those things he did was he worked in the music industry. And what I know of the music industry, one of the techniques they use, there's a lot of stuff going on with the music industry right now. Kanye West is doing a lot of talking about the music industry and who runs it. Well, one thing I know about the music industry is that that's a common technique in the music industry where they say, okay, this lawyer, you got a good lawyer, this lawyer is going to represent you. But there's a conflict of interest because that lawyer that they've assigned to represent you, the artist or the talent, that lawyer actually works for the company. So it's actually a company lawyer that they assign to you, the artist or the talent, supposedly working in your best interests, but what he's actually doing is he's working in the promoter or the business manager. He's working for the business that's paying you. He's not working for you. So that's a music industry technique. Assign the talent, the artist, a lawyer, a representative that actually works for the business, not you. So that's a common move. Okay, back to Bud.
Have no whatsoever place in Team Crawford's, stable, representing me in a contract which I have no nothing upon that I agreed to. So basically, that was a standpoint of what the contract would look like. So basically, I'm talking to Al, and I'm like, Al, come on, man, I don't even know this guy. How can you do that? And he's like, well, the guy stated he's a part of your team and whatnot, and we going back and forth, back and forth. I was a good dude, man. I was a, charming guy. He's a cool dude. I kind of like talking to him, but at the same time, Spence is our guy. I'm not. So of course he's gonna do what's best for, his fighter, his guy.
Al's a good dude, charming character, perhaps a charismatic character, and yeah, no doubt, a somewhat manipulative character. Yeah, charming, suave, manipulative. Some of his characteristics. Hey, business is business. Yeah, you need certain characteristics. You need to have be an influential character one way or another.
That's like, any other manager slash advisor would do. He would do the best for his fighter. So, me and Al, we talks on the phone, I get advice from other guys in PBC. They tell me, be careful, make sure the deal is right.
So he gets warnings. Terrence Bud Crawford gets warnings from other PBC guys, some friends he knows. Hey, be careful. Be careful. Make sure the contract is right. Read the small print.
They tell me make sure you don't get fucked. Just normal things from guys that's in they stable that I'm friends with. I honestly can say I'm friends with. So, we going on and on, and of course me and Al, we going back and forth about, the numbers. We're not going back and forth about anything else. We just going back and forth about the numbers. All in all, I have two companies, that reach out to me that, wanted to give me and Spence $25 million guaranteed. $25 million guaranteed up front.
Two companies that are prepared to give them $25 million each. Now bear in mind that Al isn't even giving Crawford a guarantee. So he's not getting a minimum guarantee. So, but yeah, you got two different companies coming up with $25 million guaranteed a piece for each fighter. Take it away.
So, a real guy like myself, I call Spence. Hey, bro, look, listen. You know what I mean? I got this company that's willing to give us $25 million a piece, guaranteed. What's up? What you gonna do? He like 25 million. What about the back end? I'm like, dude, listen. If they make their money back, then we get 80-20. You know what I mean? It's simple math. I said, man, we got people all still in the fight. They got the fire sticks. He laughed. He like, man, I got a fire stick too. I'm like, see? I'm like, man, ain't nobody really buying, you know what I mean, pay-per-views no more.
Spence has got a fire stick too. Uh-oh.
I said, man, we get this upfront money and we good. It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? But one thing about me and I would say the difference between me and the difference between Spence is I'm really my own boss now, and he's not. He got to go through Al. He got to go through, you know what I mean, his team and ask them if he can do certain things that I don't have to no more. Yeah, I might have had to when I was with Top Rank because I was signed to Top Rank and they was my promotional company.
A lot of PBC guys, the Haymon guys, they say that they're their own bosses. But clearly that's not the case. Haymon is their boss. So they can't move independently. We've seen that with the likes of the Deontay Wilders.
So of course I had to go to Top Rank and ask them to get me this fight or do this for me or do that for me because I was obligated to do certain things by their standard because I was signed to them. But now that I'm a free agent and I'm free to do whatever I want, I'm the one sitting at the table. I'm the one that's talking directly to these high individuals. Errol Spence not talking to Terrence Crawford about the fight. You know what I mean? Errol Spence wasn't at the table. Errol Spence can't tell you or show you a contract that says Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. That he was there on the negotiations of. He can't do it. So he had to go back and ask Al for permission, if he can, take this big chunk of lump sum of money to fight Terrence Crawford, which he didn't call me back, so I proposed it to Al. I hit up Al. I'm like, Al, listen, man.
Okay, so Errol Spence did not get back to Bud Crawford with the 25 million proposal or offer that was on the table from two separate companies. Errol Spence didn't get back to Terrence. I guess he talked to Al. Al said no, and so Bud Crawford went straight to the man himself.
And I got this big hedge fund company out here, they claim they know you. Not one, but two. Not one, but two.
Two.
Two companies willing to put 20 plus million in both of our pocket, guaranteed. Al told me straight up, I'm not letting nobody touch this fight. Like, all right, cool. But I'm like, why? He like, why would you want to put a ceiling on yourself? Why you want to put a cap on yourself?
I found that hilarious. Al saying to Buddy, well, why would you put a cap on yourself? But yet Al, on the other hand, Al is not giving him a guarantee. So Al's telling him there's no guarantee. We can't give you a guarantee because we don't know what the numbers are, so we can't give you a guarantee on the one hand. But on the other hand, he's saying, why would you put a cap on yourself? Well, listen, 25 million. Bud and Errol, they're getting 25 million. They had the offer of 20. They had the option of a 25 million up front. That's a guarantee. 25 million guarantee. Whereas you, Al, couldn't guarantee Bud diddly squat. So accepting 25 million is not putting a cap under those circumstances. Is not putting a cap on yourself. It's guaranteeing 25 mil. Whereas you, Al, if you were so confident, why wouldn't you put up a guarantee? Even 5 million guarantee, but you wouldn't do that. 10 million guarantee, certainly not. 15 million guarantee, absolutely not. 25 million guarantee, out of the question. You wouldn't even put up a 1 million guarantee. So for these guys to accept 25 million right up front, boom, that would have been a good deal when you can't guarantee shizzle.
I'm like, well, that's not putting a cap on myself. If this company is taking a risk, then risk, high risk, high reward. If that's the case, I can't seem to see a fight that's been doing millions, since Floyd and them. So that was an altercation. I asked Al. I said, since this fight is dragging on with me and Spence, and we can't get things together, why don't I come out and meet you with my lawyer, and we just wrap it up? Just me and you and my lawyer.
Boom. So once again, Bud Crawford comes up with a good suggestion, showing how willing he is to try and nail this fight down. So he comes up with a suggestion, why don't me and my lawyer fly out to you? I think Bud's in Nebraska. Where's Al? In LA? I assume Al's in LA. Where's his office? Yeah, I think it's in LA. Why don't I fly out to you in LA? Maybe Vegas, I guess. Why don't I fly out to you in LA with my lawyer and we get this thing done, nailed down. And what was Al's response?
Al said, his mother was, not doing too well, and I honor that and I respect that. Family first. I'm a family oriented type of guy, so I know what it is, to, put your family first. So I'm cool with that. But then again,
But then again, hold on a second. You're a businessman. You're a businessman now. So how is it that you can't meet up? You can't have a business meeting? Yeah, your mom's, not doing too well, so you gotta spend time with her. But it's not 24 hours. You're not spending 24 hours with her. Because you're sleeping for 8 hours. And then you have to have meetings for a certain amount of time, I would imagine. Maybe you're doing it virtually. Maybe you're doing it virtually online. Maybe you don't have to leave the house. But if so, well, hey, you've got the opportunity out. You had the opportunity to speak to Bud and his representative, his real lawyer, not the person you assigned to him, his real representative, and trying to nail this thing down. And you are declining that opportunity, Al Haymon? You're declining that opportunity? It seems to me like you didn't really want it, Al Haymon. Seemed like you didn't really want it. You know what I mean? There were obstacles in the way. Anyway, back to Terrence.
As negotiations still drag on, and I had stated that I wanted to fight in this year, I asked Al again because we seemed like we wasn't getting nowhere. So I asked Al. I said, Al, listen.
So the damn thing's dragging on. So he said he goes again for a second time. And Al Haymon responds,
why don't you get Spence and you, since you his representative, and I'll get myself and my lawyer, and we just make this fight, anything we gotta do, we can do it right there and sign, seal, deliver. And Al told me straight up, that ain't never happened in the history of ever, where two fighters sit down at the table and they come to an agreement and they get a fight made like that.
What the hell is that? Didn't Didn't Wilder and Fury, didn't they get together around a virtual table? Whatever, FaceTimed each other? Didn't they get together over a virtual table and thrash the thing out? When they met the first time for the first fight? Didn't they call each other, sit around a virtual table and thrash the thing out and made the fight? And apparently they said it was so easy. Deontay Wilder said it was so easy. The Gypsy King said, "Once listen, we didn't need that big dosser Anthony Joshua. We didn't need the big dosser, we just cut him out. We just cut him out and made the fight. It was easy. It was easy." And now, Al Haymon, Deontay Wilder's so-called advisor, says, "Hey, I can't remember a time when two fighters got together, sat around a table and made the thing happen. I can't remember that." Well, it's a shame you appear to have a selective memory, Al. You appear to be suffering from selective memory.
Not even Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. So I'm like, okay, well, it's the first time for everything. I never heard of a fighter ever taking zero guarantee in a fight. I never heard of a fighter of a 4-rounder taking 0% of a guarantee. That is something that's new to me, but that's something that I was willing to do to make this fight happen. A lot of people, they say, "Oh, well, Terrence, you ducked," or "Terrence, you did this and you didn't want to fight Spence." I'm the only one that was taking all the risks. I told him, "All right, cool. I take no guarantee. I take, the less end of the money. Whatever it is you want, I take it because that's how much confidence I got that I'm gonna beat that man."
And if you look at it, Terrence Crawford would have an argument to say, "Hold on a second, I'm taking this fight with no guarantee, so my back end, my money on the back end should be bigger. I should be getting a bigger percentage. I'll take a no guarantee so long as I get a bigger percentage on the back end because I'm going in no guarantee." You know what I mean? So he had an argument to say that, but he wasn't even saying that. But he would have had a legitimate argument if he took that stance. But he was just bending over. He was just bending over backwards for them cats. Just trying to get the fight made.
That's how much confidence I got. I'm gonna beat that man. So, even though I know I was getting fucked in the long run, I just, wanted a little transparency. I said, okay, if I'm gonna bet on myself and I'm gonna go against all the odds, then I wanna, a little transparency. Of course, I wanna be able to write off on, things that's gonna affect my check. Of course, I wanna see if the numbers add up to what they telling me. You're not gonna go in.
Of course you want to see what's going on in the back end. You're not taking a guarantee, so you're definitely going to want to see what's going on the back end. It's logical. It's crucial.
And it's just simple to me to think that a person will go in a business with a person 50-50 and this person would tell them, "Well, you got to give me 50% down and I give you 50%." And then you say, "Oh, well, I'm not going to tell you how much we really made, but I'm going to just give you this. You just got to trust me." Come on now. It don't make no sense. I never was offered a guarantee, not once. I never, was given anything. But here, you want this fight? We gonna fuck you, and then you got what you want. But that's how much confidence and faith I have in myself. I took it all. I took it all. I took the risk. Big risk, big reward. That's how I look at it. And I believe in my abilities, and I believe in myself. So I'm like, it's whatever. Errol Spence, he can't say the same. He can't say the same. He on audio saying Al Haymon Alhaymon go make sure he's good. He's in the best position to win this fight. Of course he is. He supposed to. You know, you got everything surrounding you to help you. You know, so people mad at me because Al told me if I don't take this fight, he's just gonna go and Errol Spence gonna make 8 million, eight figures. He's gonna make 8 figures without me. So basically, he telling me, well, you take this fight or leave it, or you got nothing. Basically, because we've been dragging and dragging and dragging. So when I don't know, like the type of caliber of people that he been dealing with or they been dealing with, but I'm not the type of guy to just sit on my ass and sit on my hands for no man to feed my family. So you mad at me for taking a fight with a tough opponent, you know, you may not know him, but he's a tough opponent for a bigger purse, a guarantee that I wasn't even gonna get. You crazy in the head. You crazy in the head. So now here we go. You know what I mean? Back to square, you know what I mean, one. Like, what do you really expect? You expect me to be disrespected, ran over, stepped on, and just sit there and just take it. That's crazy. That ain't even my style. See, me personally, I wasn't even gonna say nothing because I'm not the talkative type. And y'all pretty much know that. But sometimes, you know, you gotta say what's real. You gotta say what's on your mind, and you gotta stop letting these people just do what they want with you. A lot of people say, well, did he ask to see Bob Arum's books? Did he ask for transparency with Bob Arum? No, I didn't. You know why? A lot of y'all probably don't even know why. But I was signed to Bob Arum. I wasn't my own boss. I was given a guarantee on every single fight that I fought for Bob Arum in Top Rank. That's the difference. That's the difference, you guys. So if you guys can't understand that, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You know, so I stated that I want to fight this year, and that was my thing. I wanted to fight this year. So we going back and forth, numbers, boom, 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 boom. So the transparency part, you know, that was the dragger. Where was Errol Spence at? I didn't hear Errol Spence. Where was the tweets? I didn't hear the tweets. I didn't see the tweets. Where was this guy at? He was under a rock. If you if you're a real one, like you say you is, like the truth, you'll come out and tell the truth. Tell the truth, buddy. Come on, man. I called you and told you, listen, got this bread on the table, man. What is you doing? What is you doing? You not your own boss, my dude. So stop saying that you your own boss. Stop saying that
bread was on the table. 25 mil a piece.
That you the truth and you this and you that, but you gotta answer to a lot of people, my dude. You gotta answer to a lot of people, and I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They got you to where you is now. They got you to where you is now. But, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying. But like, when you look at it, a lot of people say, oh, well, why you didn't fight Boots? Or why you didn't fight Ortiz? For them names that never came up. I would have fought them names in a heartbeat. Come on, man. I'm the best fighter in the world. Who you think I am? Who you think I am? I'm the best fighter in the world. I always fought in my mandatories. I ain't never ducked my mandatories. But, yet and still, I hear through the grapevine, Spence is about to fight a guy that he promised and he swore that he wasn't going to fight.
Thurman.
Which is Keith Thurman.
Thurman.
Now, I don't know how true that is, but that's what's floating around. So, what's up with the trueness with that? You swear up and down that you're not gonna fight this guy. You don't care what nobody say. Now you about to fight him. So that means you was lying, buddy. But you know why he gotta fight Thurman? You wanna know why, fans? Because of the money. It's all about the money. Come on now. He not gonna make that much money fighting Ortiz or Boots. Come on, man, it's obvious. Who's Spence gonna fight besides me that's gonna make, $20 million? Nobody. I don't know. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I don't know how truthful it is, but Floyd say, he's the spokesman of PBC and he's our right-hand man. We done heard that on numerous occasions. And Floyd came out and said that the fight wasn't happening in this year. So, y'all mad at me for going to get a bag?
You're mad at Crawford for going to get a bag when Floyd had already stated that the fight wasn't happening this year. Haymon dragging his feet. He's got an illness in the family, so he can't meet for a business meeting to nail the thing down. Haymon won't give a guarantee, but yet there's some hedge fund guys, some big shots, some bankers, two, not one, willing to put up 25 mil a piece. 25 mil a piece. And then Haymon's slick ass response is, well, why would you put a ceiling on yourself? In the meantime, that same cat won't give you a guarantee. Won't give you a guaranteed figure. Won't even guarantee you $1. But yet, in the face of a 25 mil a piece offer, he says, why put a ceiling on yourself? Well, why don't you put a guaranteed figure down then, Al? It don't make sense. You can't have it both ways. The fact you can't put a guaranteed figure down for Bud says that you're not optimistic of it being a great seller. But you're blocking them getting 25 mil a piece. It seems kind of selfish. I mean, but you're a music business guy. You're a music industry guy. So you know how to make sure that you make money regardless of what the artist is going through. You know how to structure a deal, structure a contract in such a way that regardless of what the artist is doing or recouping or not recouping, that you gonna make money. You gonna make money. That's what music industry cats are good at. Making sure that regardless, rain or shine, they will make money from the business.
When did that ever happen? Y'all mad at me for going to get a bag? Come on, man. We're going to turn up with BLK time. You know what I mean? We're going to do our thing, man. We stepping up to the plate, man.
And let's talk about BLK for a second. Let's talk about BLK Prime. There's been some rumors, there's been some whispers, there's been some rumors of rumors that BLK, well, where are they getting all the money from? Listen, man, there's investment bankers, hedge fund managers who are bathing in money. So 25 mil a piece, 50 mil, that's chips to them. That's chips to them. What I'm saying is that I have it on good authority that Daniel Kinahan ain't got nothing to do with BLK Prime. It's got nothing to do with them. And it makes sense. I mean, nobody right now in the boxing sphere is going to be doing business with Daniel Kinahan. We've seen what happened. We've seen what happened to Tyson Fury. The whole of the Furies, the whole damn Fury clan. We've seen what happened to them as a result of their connection with Kinahan. They can't fly. They can't go to America. I'm not even sure they can go to Saudi. So we've seen what happens to anybody in boxing who is connected with the Kinahan group. They are grounded, literally grounded. So I have it on good authority from someone high up in the business that DK, shall we call him, the DK organization have nothing to do with BLK Prime. That's some hedge fund money. That's some long money. That's some relatively clean money.
They turning boxing around, man. All the biggest fights, you know what I mean, going through them. You know, they the new wave. You know, hey, giving these fighters, you know what I mean, they just do. You want to fight this guy, they gonna make it happen. It's simple, you know. But hey, my intentions is still the same. After this fight, Spence, you know what I mean, successful. I'm successful. He said he gonna spin the block. Then let him spin the block so I can drop him off where he's standing. And that's just how I'm gonna keep it. It's just that simple. He spin the block. We're gonna be ready for whatever. And y'all fans, y'all can, you know what I mean, chop it up and edit it and put it however y'all want and try to change the narrative or my words. But December 10th, you know what I mean, tune in to BLK Pride. Black Pride, baby. We in the building.
And I heard one cat. I heard one of our cousins from over the pond. I heard him say that, hey, you know, backhanded compliments, some snide remarks. I heard him say, hey, Crawford needs to learn how to pronounce shizzle. When in the meantime he was pronouncing David Avanesian as Avanese. Yeah, felt like just correcting his pronunciation there. So, you know, pick the plank out of your own eye before you look for the speck of dust in the next man's eye. That's my advice to that cat there who was chatting, who was talking the hardest. You know what I mean? He was talking the hardest. And as for some of our cousins over the pond who don't know David Avanesian, well, let me give you some perspective on David Avanesian. David Avanesian, I would compare him to a mean machine. I would say he was comparable to a mean machine, and we saw Mean Machine drop Spence. So just because you don't know a fighter, don't be so presumptuous. Don't be so presumptuous to think that he ain't no good. David Avanesian, in my opinion, is comparable to Mean Machine. And I can't pronounce Mean Machine's proper name, but I'm not the one who's all up in the video talking about pronunciation. I can't pronounce Mean Machine's name, so I'm just calling him Mean Machine. But to be clear, to those who don't know, David Avanesian is one heck of a fighter, and he's gonna go there and put on one hell of a show. He is comparable to Mean Machine, and we saw Mean Machine drop Bud Crawford. So if you don't know about the fighter, best not talk about him too much. Stop overlooking David Avanesian. He is one tough character, tough fighter. I think we've come to the end of that thing now. Let Bud finish off.
Tune in, y'all. If y'all don't, you know what I mean? Y'all some haters. If y'all do, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Support the kid.
It is what it is. Support the kid. It is what it is. Support the kid. So yeah, I think congratulations to Bud Crawford. There's been some out there dragging his name through the mud, talking about it's his fault when I think he's given a comprehensive breakdown of how the contract negotiations have gone. It seemed like Haymon was in no rush to make this fight, dragging his feet, dragging his ass. Says he's got an illness in the family, so he can't make a meeting. Get the hell out of here. You're not with your ill family member 24 hours a day. You're still making the deal remotely. You can meet up for 2 hours in a business room. In a business room. What? You know? You got business premises. I assume you have business premises. You know, you can get some sandwiches brought in. You know, get some coffee. Get some coffee on the go. Yeah? Meet up with Crawford and his advisor, not one that you appoint for him. We all know that scam from the music industry. Yeah, his advisor, his lawyer. Yeah, even call Spence. Let Spence come there with his lawyer too. Hey, get everybody in the room. Get everybody in the room. Thrash it out and make it happen. People have been trying to put it on Bud. Clearly, I don't think it's on Bud. Errol Spence can come out and have his say too. But I think it's pretty clear and pretty obvious which of the fighters, which side has been bending over backwards to make this thing happen. And we know. So we know who's been bending over backwards to make it happen. And we know who has been dragging their ass. So I hope you've enjoyed this piece. I hope I've broke it down well. I think I have. I just need to come on, and I was kind of vexed when I heard some lame breakdowns. But I think, I was kind of vexed, so I thought, well, come on, let's get on there. Let's do this thing properly. Let's give a comprehensive breakdown for the people and for the love of the truth and for the love of some journalistic integrity, which seems to be sorely lacking in the boxing community. But we're the antidote to that. It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, subscribe, comment, share. It's the Bud Crawford, putting everything out there on Front Street. And it's the awaiting, the Errol Spence, the Alhaymon, the Invisible Man, awaiting their response. Let's hope it happens, but it seems like it's Thurman next for Spence. Let's hope they can get this thing crack-a-lacking in the first quarter of 2023. For the love of all things good, for the love of boxing. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, and I'm out.